Welcome to another episode of Millennial Mindset Podcast. We are your host. I'm Dalton.
I'm Bryan. Dalton, wait, hold on. Before we get into tonight's episode, we have reached 50 subscribers.
That's right.
Thank you to each and every one of you that have subscribed. We truly appreciate it, and we have so much gratitude. Thank you so much, and we want to continue to grow this thing as big as we can. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're new to this channel, if this is the very first video that you guys are watching and tuning into, we hope we can bring you some help. Hopefully we can bring you some encouragement. Hopefully we can bring you some motivation, some inspiration. So hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and put something in the comments below.
That's right. We're coming out with 3 videos a week. So make sure you hit that little bell icon next to the subscribe so you never miss a video when we come out.
We are on the road to 100. And the closer we get to 100 subscribers, be on the lookout because we're going to be doing some giveaway.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking about that in the next few weeks, the closer we get to 100 subscribers. So stay tuned.
So tonight, we're going to be talking about ABL.
Dalton, what's ABL?
ABL is a very complex acronym, and it stands for Always Be Learning.
And who came up with that?
You did.
Dalton, you're supposed to keep that a secret. Come on. Guys,
hey, we don't keep secrets. This is Millennial Mindset.
Yeah, we just wanted to come up with something creative tonight. So always be learning. What does that mean? Well, personal experience, when I was younger, I thought I knew everything. When I was a teenager, back when I was in high school, I was super good at baseball, getting good grades. I thought I knew everything about everything. Whenever teachers told me something, I would take it with a grain of salt, and it would go in one ear and out the other. I wouldn't do anything about it unless I wanted to make that decision. And now that I've grown, now that I've matured, probably in my early to mid 20s, I've seen what successful people do, and they never quit learning. Yeah. They're always learning. And when they stop learning, that's when you just become stagnant, and that's when you start going backwards in life. And we're always preaching, you got to progress, you got to become the best version of yourself possible. So put the ego aside. All of us don't know everything. Mm-hmm. And I hate to burst your guys' bubble because I'm talking from personal experience. I thought I knew everything. I'm sure you thought you knew everything at one point in your life, but we all don't. So put the ego aside and always be learning. ABL.
I was the same way. Probably I would say 3 years ago is when I really got on the path of constant, never-ending improvement. And I've become absolutely obsessed with constantly bettering myself, being the best version of myself, and constantly learning more and more and gaining new skills. And this is something that I want to say. And I think that no one ever teaches you how to learn. We talk about constantly learning, but no one teaches you how to learn. Like when you're growing up, you're a baby, you're just picking up on habits from your parents. You go to school and the teachers just say, here, study this, memorize this, learn this. But they don't teach you how to learn. They don't teach you how to read. No one ever teaches you that. And I very encourage you guys to tune into Jim Quick. He's an expert at teaching you how to learn. He has a great book that just came out called Limitless. I highly recommend you check that out. But he teaches you just concepts of how to read faster, how to actually conceptualize things. And that is a very important skill to learn. You need to learn how to learn.
And we can't preach this enough, guys. If you want to grow, if you want to become the best version of yourself, you need to learn. Every billionaire does it. Every millionaire does it. Every successful person. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you're an athlete, it doesn't matter. They're always learning. Mm-hmm. When I first got into real estate, that's something that I recognized really quick. How do I take my business to the next level? Mm-hmm. Who can I learn from? And I feel like a lot of people, when they're either shy to ask or they don't want to get out of their comfort zone, mm-hmm. or they think they know everything, but it doesn't hurt to ask. Maybe you go up to the successful person and you just say, hey, what are you doing? How'd you get your success? And maybe he tells you everything you already know, but at least you got confirmation. Mm-hmm. But I can almost guarantee you he's going to give you some advice that you didn't know. Yeah. And I always refer back to this podcast. me and Dalton started from scratch. We had no YouTube presence. We didn't know how to use this whole setup. We didn't know how to use iMovie. We didn't know how to use GarageBand. We didn't know how to put up any of these microphones, the headsets, all the cords. It's crazy. But we just continued to learn. I mean, it took hours and hours of YouTube videos, but we eventually learned. And me and Dalton, if you watch some of our previous videos, we always talked about how we wanted to get a YouTube channel. And I was going to get something related to like real estate. Dalton was going to start something with, fitness and nutrition. But I go, why don't we just start about motivating others, inspiring others? And we can bring all of our subscribers and everybody tuning in, we can bring them along this journey and hopefully encourage them to take positive action and chase after their dreams. But me and Dalton, he teaches me so much about stuff I had no idea about. I mean, this guy is so knowledgeable about social media and editing, where, I teach vice versa. I teach him some things that he lacks. So it's like when we come together, it makes our videos that much more beneficial for you guys, beneficial for us. So it's like that in all aspects of life. If you team up, because you can achieve anything you want in life, but it's just going to take you a little bit longer if you do it by yourself. Now, if you team up with very successful people, it's going to get you there a whole lot quicker, And I promise you that.
You bring up a good point. We talk a lot about being in masterminds, and that's why it's so important to be in a mastermind, because there's people that have been through the problems and have already come up with the solutions that you're going through right now. And chances are they know things that you don't even know that you don't know. There's so many unknown unknowns. And the only way you can know that is by being in those masterminds and learning from other people, because success leaves clues. So just follow their path and they will lead you to the answers to those solutions that you are looking for.
And Dalton, one of the books that we always reference, guys, I'm getting so emotional. I'm getting so passionate about this because I love this book. It's Think and Grow Rich. And what does Napoleon Hill do in that book? And we reference this book all the time. And if you guys haven't read it, I highly encourage you, go on Amazon right now and get that book. But Napoleon Hill, he goes out and he interviews all these successful people because they leave clues. Don't make me get closer, guys. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. It's going to take you so much hard work. It's going to be long. You're going to get so frustrated. Just find somebody in your industry that's successful and contact them. And they may not respond, but don't get ashamed. Keep contacting people. And Dalton and I, we're trying to get people on this podcast, and we will reach out to as many people as we need to get them on. And if you're persistent and you're consistent, you have faith, and you have a positive attitude, I promise you, eventually the door will open. I promise you. And it's funny because I'm in sales and I have to reach out to a ton of people every single day. And Dalton goes, don't you think you're bothering them? Don't you think you're bugging them? And if I get a no, I'll stop. I'll take them off my list. But sometimes if you're persistent, an opportunity appears because you have that faith. And some of my best deals in real estate, and you can ask Amanda because we do a lot of deals together, but some of the best deals we've had, the client responds after a year, 2 years, 3 years. And like anything else in life, your business, fitness, anything you want to achieve, any desire you have, it could take a couple years. But you gotta learn. You can't stop learning. ABL. And guys, always be learning.
This is an absolute crucial thing. One thing that is going to help you continue to learn is the questions that you ask, because the questions that you ask will guide your focus. And the only difference between highly intelligent people and not so intelligent people is the questions that they're asking. They're asking intelligent questions. The better questions that you ask, the better answers you're going to get.
I don't mean to cut you off, Dalton. That brings up a good point. Keep talking because I got to go get these questions. And I asked myself, and I got them from the one and only Ed Milet, #max out. Ed, if you're watching this, we're huge fans. Eventually, we want to get you on this show, and maybe we can be on your podcast. But give us a thumbs up, Ed. #max out. We're huge fans of yours, and you give us a ton of inspiration and a ton of motivation. And keep up the great work. Hold on, I'll be right back. And we're back. Anyway, so we're saying we look up to Ed Milet. He does a great job. me and Dalton both read his book. And if you haven't had a chance, go pick up a copy of his book.
Subscribe to his podcast.
It's called Max Out, right?
Yeah.
It's called Max Out.
Or it's called the Ed Milet Show on his podcast.
But pick up a copy of his book. It's awesome. And I got this from Ed Milet. In his book, he says he asks these questions every single day. Every single day he asks these questions, and his subconscious leads him to the answers. So the questions are, what am I happy about in my life right now? What about it makes me happy, and how does that make me feel? Question 2, what am I excited about in my life right now? What about it makes me excited, and how does that make me feel? Question 3, what am I proud of in my life right now? What about it makes me proud, and how does that make me feel? 4, what am I grateful for in my life right now? What about it makes me grateful, and how does that make me feel? 5, what am I enjoying most in my life right now? What about it am I enjoying, and how does that make me feel? 6, what am I committed to in my life right now? What about it makes me committed, and how does that make me feel? And last question, who do I love? Who loves me? How does that make me feel? And I took that from Ed Milet. I ask those questions every single day. And it goes back to always be learning. Dalton and I look up to a lot of successful people, and Ed's a very successful guy, super successful. So we took this from him. And he was so gracious and generous to put that in his book for whoever's trying to benefit their own lives. They have access to that information right there.
And 3 questions that Brendon Burchard, if you don't follow Brendon Burchard, I highly recommend it. Same questions he asks every day is, did I live, did I love, and did I matter? See, all these highly successful people, they're asking these questions every single day, and those are guiding their focus and their actions every single day. And when you're persistent, you're constantly asking questions to get to that next level, to get to that next. That every time you get to know, okay, you got to ask the question, okay, how can I open this other door? That persistence is what allows you to continue to grow.
So always be learning, guys. And I didn't mean to get so passionate where I got up, but it pumps me up to just teach this knowledge. Mm-hmm. And if we can just help one person, now we have 50 subscribers, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. So we've been helping a lot more people, and we want to continue that to grow. And so it just motivates me to just help others. Mm-hmm. You guys should be helping, doing whatever you can to help others, because we always talk about, it's awesome to achieve your dreams and desires, but the journey and the person that you become, the best version that you're trying to become, is almost as important, maybe more important than the actual goal, maybe more important than the destination. But it's we're all in this together. Mm-hmm. We are all one collective consciousness. So why not help each other? Mm-hmm. Why not help lift others up? It just pumps me up. When I see other people succeeding, I'm like, hell yeah. When I see Dalton getting out of his comfort zone and becoming a better version of himself, I'm like, look, I'm saying up again. That pumps me up. Seriously.
Sorry, guys. We're both going to stand up. Yeah.
But no, it pumps me up. And if we went back to episode 1, sorry, guys, we're just having some fun tonight. But if we go back to the first episode, we were so close to the microphone, and, we're kind of shy and timid. We didn't know what to say.
See, that's the thing, though. At first it was uncomfortable, but now it's more comfortable. So now we got to reach to get to that next level to be uncomfortable.
And you know why? Because it was ABL.
That's right.
We were always learning. So that's going to conclude tonight's episode, guys. Thank you so much for all our 50 subscribers. We have so much gratitude for each and every one of you.
And if you guys got pumped up during this episode, if you guys like this content, hit that like button, comment, subscribe.
Also, check out our last videos. 2 or 3 videos ago, we went on a bike ride this past weekend in sunny Southern California. We toured North Orange County. We went on about a 25-mile bike ride. It was awesome. Mm-hmm. Talk about taking action, whatever it is you guys want to do. Just go out and do it. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because when you are in a state of being uncomfortable, you are growing, you are maturing, and you are getting that much closer to becoming the best version of yourself possible. So that's going to wrap up tonight's episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We love each and every one of you guys. We are on the road to 100, and stay tuned, because we are going to be doing a 100 subscriber giveaway. So in the next coming weeks, as we get closer to that number, we will fill you guys in more.
That's right. This is Dalton and Brian with Millennial Mindset signing off.
Take care.